My video for June the 18th, 2018 is entitled, Israel is Most Anti-Semitic Nation on Earth. Perhaps the most horrific lie ever perpetrated on the people of Earth is the impossible transformation of Ashkenazis into Semites. Palestinians are real Semites from the Arabian peninsula, while Ashkenazis come from the area in the former Soviet Union between the Black and Caspian Seas. The latter are Semitic only insofar as they chose to convert to Judaism and imported Jewish Pharisees to teach their new religion. Most ancient Semites were dark-skinned people, not Negro, just darker-skinned Caucasians. This is not putting down any subdivision of the human race. Are there non-humans pretending to be human? Perhaps. It's a high probability as I see it. They are often shapeshifters as told by people like David Icke. Therefore, when those claiming to be Semitic war against Palestinians, it is these Jews trained by the Pharisees Jesus called a generation of vipers who are the actual anti-Semites. Will we ever get beyond the lust for power and control perpetrated by these charlatans who created and dominate the monetary system that enslaves humanity? I certainly hope so. Once again, I deal with a touchy subject for many people. I would like nothing better than to stop dividing the human race over skin color, nationality, and even how much wealth we control, and just learn to love one another. Get beyond the religion. Get beyond all of the bullshit that has dominated human culture for millennia. And when I say millennia, history has been written and perhaps rewritten many, many times. It's the winners, remember, that write the history. And so we do not get the whole picture. And the best we can do is intuit, that is, use our intuitive abilities to discern truth from error. And that's not always easy because of the infiltration of so many lies and the mixing of so much truth with untruths, especially in religion. But in our modern age, it's done through the media, not just through the churches and synagogues and other institutes of religious practice. In any case, folks, and it's annoying me that the train is going by now and blowing its whistles. It's very distracting to me. But I want to get us to love one another. That's been my mission all along. I have friends that are Ashkenazi Jews. And as I've said in other videos, they're not bad people. It's the people at the very top, which may be, in fact, shapeshifters, which may be demons embodied. And it's why they try to keep their bloodlines as pure as possible. That, of course, doesn't always work as they'd like it to, since there is and has been crossbreeding with other races, and there's crossbreeding within races, but it's just the human race. That's the point that I'm trying to make. We're all human, even if we're shapeshifters. Some of the ancient peoples had elongated skulls. Now, we don't have people like that, look like that on Earth at this time. But it was so, apparently, in the past, judged by the skeletons that have been unearthed by the archaeologists and others that specialize in such things. We need to get beyond this whole thing. I'm not against Ashkenazis. I'm not against anybody. I'm for peace on earth. But it's the monetary system that creates the division. And any race that thinks it's superior to every other race, that's a deception. That's a means of trying to control others and to reach a point of domination. And that can only be done because those that do it fear some kind of an awakening of humanity that will liberate us from the perpetual enslavement that has been going on multiple generations. Folks, I want peace on earth. I want us to learn to love one another. I want us to remember how to get along. I want us to get beyond fear, because fear is what cripples us. And it's the fear of not having enough that cripples us the most, because we can be enslaved when we have the perception that we have no ability to prosper and be in health. And all of that has been stripped away from us in the current human culture by the Illuminati, by the dark forces, whatever you want to call them. But many of them are waking up. It's not that they're all bad people. It's not the case. There are no races that are all bad. And as far as, I mean, there's people that tell me that the real Jews and the real Israelis were Negro. No, Negro is the southern part of Africa, not the Mediterranean part. The Mediterranean part are Caucasian. As far as the races go. But that's not putting down the contribution that Negroes have made to our culture. Yes, they've been pushed down, which is why many of them try to now elevate themselves and claim Negrohood, if you will, to parts of the world that were not Negro. I mean, by far and large, again, they were just darker skinned Caucasians because they lived in warmer climates where they got more sun. The people that live further to the north, like the Russians and the Swedes and the, others from Scandinavia and northern Canada, or not just northern Canada, but northern United States, the North American continent. If you look, the Mexicans and the Spaniards and the Portuguese, the people that came from Southern Europe are the darker skin. The further north you go, the lighter the skin. That has nothing to do with anything except skin color and how much we are connected to the light of the sun. You get far north, they don't even have day and night. They have perpetual day and perpetual night for half of the year north of the so-called Arctic Circle. And I imagine that's very similar to at the southern end of the globe. And I have people keep telling me, get rid of the globe, get rid of the globe. Somebody did that again. These things are just distractions. It doesn't even matter. I mean, I do believe that we live in a hollow planet, and I believe that the moon and most celestial bodies in our solar system, planets especially, are hollow. Okay? They have civilizations inside as well as on the surface. Do I know that for a fact? No, it's a belief. It's not something that I have personally experienced and can say firsthand I've seen it, but I've read the accounts of those that claim firsthand experience, and I resonate with them, which is why I believe there's cultures inside of the planet. And Admiral Byrd supposedly went into the planet. Anyway, folks, we've got to get our act together, and I wish that whatever God there is, that God would stop shirking responsibility. I know I keep saying that, and take responsibility for creation and right the horrific wrongs that have been perpetrated on the human race, regardless of which subdivision of the human race we might claim. Folks, thank you for listening, and namaste.